The search is on for an armed robbery suspect in North Spokane. A man held a Walgreens clerk at gunpoint and demanded cash.
Not a lot of snow this weekend, but still plenty of cold weather and gray skies.
Could you imagine having your junior high schooler ride in a car seat? Well, it's a possibility. The new Washington law that has some scratching their heads. A heads up to anyone traveling on either side of the mountains, you're going to encounter some winter weather driving conditions on the passes. This is what Snoqualmie Pass and Lookout Pass looked like this afternoon. There aren't any restrictions right now, but there may be some more snow in the near future. It's good to have you here with us tonight. I'm Tim Pham. Meteorologist Michelle Boss is tracking those conditions across the region for us. Michelle, are we going to see any more snow anytime soon?
You know, we could see a few flakes of snow around the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area, but for the most part, we're just looking at kind of gray skies, cold temperatures, and we're not looking at any significant snow accumulations, at least for the second half of the weekend and the start of the upcoming week. Taking a look at satellite and radar right now, pretty quiet out there. We've had cloudy skies all day, and temperatures actually haven't moved a whole lot throughout the entire day today. As we kind of zoom in, you can see a little bit of snow out there generally across the Idaho Panhandle east of Highway 95, but even that is relatively light. Lookout Pass is reporting pretty good conditions on the roadways there. A little bit of wet weather on the roads, a little bit of light snow out there, but nothing significant. Temperatures right now in the lower 30s, just hovering around that freezing mark in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. Moses Lake 33 degrees, and down towards the Palouse right at freezing. They could see a little bit of accumulating snow down towards the Palouse, a couple of inches there and across the Camas Prairie, and that is for tonight and tomorrow. Here locally though, just plain old cloudy skies and temperatures hovering around that freezing mark, dropping into the upper 20s by the early morning hours. We're looking at highs right around the freezing mark tomorrow, and otherwise gray skies, cloudy skies, freezing fog for Monday. Highs only in the lower 30s, and maybe a little bit more sunshine on Tuesday. Highs warming up into the mid 30s.
Michelle, thank you. Well, it's been a long time coming. Ski resorts around Spokane and North Idaho are finally opening up for the season. As of today, Lookout Pass and Mount Spokane are both open to skiers. A lack of snow kept both of the resorts from opening until well into this month. The National Weather Service says the mountains in the area have well below half of the usual snowpack. That's compared to a 30-year average. Well, skiers across the inland Northwest are overjoyed this weekend with so many ski runs opening up. We sent KREM 2's Brandon Jones out to Mount Spokane to see how things were going on opening weekend.
Man, I don't even know if I have to say too much. You see where I am right now. You know what's going on. Mount Spokane back and better. The vibrations are on point right now. People are positive and happy, and skiing, snowboarding, it's here for the season. Took a trip up the mountain to see how the first weekend back was going.
Come on. No, look at that.
Mountain staff told me they've been ready since November, but the snow decided to hold off for a bit.
In the last few years, it's been just amazing. We've been open very early, even a week before Thanksgiving one year.
But there's no stress because they're open now, and this is just in time before family and friends start coming into town for the holidays. Feeling good, and I'm living better, and the thing is, they got some new improvements out here at Mount Spokane. We got a brand new lounge up in here. People can watch their kids go out and ski and just kind of relax, stay warm inside of there. Last season ended in April, so it's the first time many people who work on the mountain get to see some familiar faces.
So at any point, a patroller could be like walking to the local grocery store, and someone will stop and say, "Hey, did you find me in the woods one day?"
Just the first weekend of what should be a great season. From Mount Spokane, Brandon Jones, KREM 2 News.
Well, we have some breaking news tonight. Airway Heights police confirmed the identity of a suspect who led them on a car chase. Take a good look at your screen here. Police are looking for Dean Albrecht. They say he's considered armed and dangerous. Police tried to stop a vehicle without taillights around 7:30 last night. A car chase ensued and ended with the suspect's car flipping into a ditch. The driver then took off on foot. If you have any information about the incident, you're asked to call Crime Check, and that number is 456-2233. Now to a developing story in North Spokane. Frightening moments at a Walgreens in Hilliard. A clerk was held at gunpoint during a robbery this morning. Police say a man walked up to the register after picking up some items and demanded the money out of the register. The man pointed a black and silver colored semi-automatic pistol at the clerk. The suspect got away with the cash in the register and left the store. Police tried to track the suspect with a canine but did not find him. The suspect is described as a white male. He's about 5 5 feet and 7 inches tall and 150 pounds. Police say he has a long brown beard and blue eyes. He was wearing a dark blue sweatshirt with a large yellow and white number 87 on the front. Well, we have new information about the bus crash in Quincy that killed a tour bus driver on Friday. Authorities identified the man killed as 71-year-old Sydney Austin. Austin was driving the tour bus when he rear-ended a school bus stopped on Road 5 Northwest, and the driver of the school bus had non-life-threatening injuries. There were also 26 students on the bus when it was rear-ended. The Grant County Sheriff's Office confirmed some students were injured, but all are expected to be okay. Well, changes to Washington State's car seat law could have some kids in booster seats until they're in junior high school. The previous law stated a child had to use a booster seat until they were 4 foot 9 inches tall or 8 years old. The new law increases the age limit to 13 years old. So any 13-year-olds who are 4 feet and 8 inches tall come January 1st will be required by law to use a booster seat while riding in a car. A King County judge is allowing Tim Eyman and Pierce County to join the lawsuit over I-976. However, the judge did reject Eyman's request for an outside counsel to defend the initiative, which Eyman called, quote, adult supervision over the state attorney general. Eyman is concerned the Washington Attorney General Bob Ferguson will, quote, botch the defense of the case. Eyman also called Ferguson's defense a conflict of interest because of the campaign finance lawsuit Ferguson is pursuing against him. New numbers tonight. The flu is on the rise across the country. The latest CDC report shows it is widespread in 23 states and present in 48 states and Puerto Rico. At least 5 people have died from the flu in Washington this season. Donors in Boise paid off $11,000 in lunch debt for students at multiple schools. Our sister station in Boise first reported the lunch debt had been paid off for students at a local high school and elementary school. Since then, debts at more than 16 schools have been paid off, or someone has expressed interest in paying them off. The Boise School District says anyone who wants to check lunch debts for a particular school should contact the school district's food service office. Well, some seemingly harmless outfit choices can cause trouble for passengers at the airport, and with the busy holiday travel season ahead, you may want to avoid some of these items. So actually, one passenger was kicked off of a flight for wearing a t-shirt that said, quote, Hail Satan. Another passenger was denied entry into a lounge because a flight attendant thought their footwear was, quote, sleepwear. Airlines can also deny entry to passengers wearing clothing that is, quote, provocative or too revealing by their standards. The bottom line is most of the outfits people wear to the airport will likely be just fine on the aircraft. You can always check your airline's rules before getting on the plane. Well, up next, we'll update you on the impeachment proceedings and how President Trump is responding to the process. And North Korea just conducted another missile test at a satellite launch site. We'll tell you what officials know about it and what that means for North Korea's talks with the U.S.